Welcome to the 2012 RNA Society Awards ceremony. I'm Doug Black. I get to be president this year, so this is the fun part of the job. And so the first thing we're going to have is I want to introduce Jim McSwiggan, the CEO of the RNA Society, who's going to tell us about how the society is doing and talk about the upcoming exciting things for next year and beyond before we go on to the award ceremony. And so, Jim.
Great. Thanks, Doug. Some of you might have asked what the difference is between the CEO and the president, and if you want the long answer, you'll have to see me at the meeting, at the banquet. But the short answer is I get to do the boring part, and Doug does the fun part. So, no, I'm just kidding. I'm here to tell you some of the business of the RNA Society. One of the things is that we have the annual elections that finished just before the start of the meeting, and I'm happy to announce the winners right now. The elected to president was Rachel Green. She'll start her job immediately, except of course she's homesick, and continue on through 2014. Elected to the board of directors was Maria Camaros-Fonseca, John Lorsch, and John Staley. And I have to say that up until the last day, there was a tie for third place in the board. So your vote does count. We had 2 late votes that came in and carried the day. So I also wanted to remind you and invite you to next year's meeting in Davos, Switzerland. It's going to be June 11th through the 16th, and Fred Elaine is busy making plans already. He and his group have laid out the general structure, and they're now starting to put it together. It's going to be a fun meeting. Fred swears it's going to be very reasonably priced. I swear that I'm going to make every effort to make it reasonably priced. So people ask what's happening beyond 2013. So here's the list of meetings that we have planned. In 2014, we'll be in Quebec City, Quebec, Canada. In 2015, we decided this year to return to Madison. And then in 2016, we're going to Japan, although the site hasn't actually been chosen. There's 3 options that we're evaluating still: Kyoto, Kobe, and Okinawa. And I wanted to point out that some other events are showing up in that period of time. We have some 20th anniversary events that we're going to be looking to celebrate. We haven't exactly decided how, but we can stretch this out for a long time, because in 2013, there's the anniversary of the RNA Society, 2014, the anniversary of the start of the journal, and in 2015, it's going to be the 20th annual meeting of the RNA Society. So look for those events as they unfold. I also wanted to announce that we have some open positions in the RNA Society if you are thinking about doing something other than just science. These are not full-time positions, and they are volunteer positions, although there are a little bit of benefits. So we're looking for a CFO treasurer that would oversee the finances of the society. Jim Bruzik, who's done this job for 8 years, has turned in his, or submitted his resignation, and we're looking to replace him. So we're looking for somebody who's careful, detail-oriented, and ideally experienced with budgets. We have also this year decided to add a chair of business development. This would be for soliciting sponsors and advertising, grants for travel fellowships, and all the things that's going to be needed to make the next meetings affordable and make it easier for graduate students and postdocs to attend. I'm looking for somebody, or we're looking for somebody who's outgoing and has an interest in business development type activities and developing business contacts. So the expectation here is 5 to 20 hours per month, and there would be a little bit of benefit. There's a small honorarium, but also travel 2 to 3 times per year, including the free travel to the annual meeting. So consider that. Now I'm going to turn it back to Doug to do the rest of the program. Thank you.
So before we go on to the awards, we have one very important thing to do. So if Nils and Gerhard could stand up, please. That the last 2 organizers standing. So these meetings are not capable, they're not systems that undergo spontaneous self-assembly, that we may have affinity for each other, but we don't just come together automatically. It requires a large amount of energy from all of the organizers, including Rachel and Melissa, who could not be here, unfortunately, as well as Nils and Gerhardt. And then we also particularly want to thank the people at Simple Meetings, Mary McCann, Kristen Scheer, Lisa Machiko, and Suzanne. They've helped us with several meetings now, and they really do a superb job. Running a meeting with them is so much easier than with other institutions, so that they really deserve our thanks. And then all the people at the University of Michigan, I'm not going to name all of them, but the people doing AV and running the auditoriums here and at Rackham, the Michigan League and the Michigan Union, where we've met, the AVS and catering departments, and then the chemistry, both accounting and department and their volunteers, all contributed to this meeting and made it work as well as it did. So I think we should really thank all of them. Yeah. All right, so now we get to the fun part of the meeting. We're going to start with the poster prizes. And as we call your name, please start coming up immediately. We're going to give you a certificate and a plaque. Some of you get plaques, and some of you get checks. And, and so I think all of you get checks. And so if you could come up as quickly as you can, we'll give you the plaque and come over here, and we'll take your picture. We want to record this event, and then come down the steps, and you'll want to stop at Gerhardt, who's seated strategically at the bottom there, who will give you the check. Okay?
It's actually cash.
Yeah, so it's cash. Sorry.
Better than the check.
All right, so the first awards are for the ACS Chemical Biology Poster Award. This is for the innovative use of chemical biology applied to the study of RNA. And this is for poster 521, Samuel Rouleau from the University of Sherbrooke, programming the highly structured HDV ribozyme into complex allostery with RNA oligonucleotides. So Samuel, are you there? Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Go over here first. Okay.
Congratulations.
And now you go down there. Well, we haven't quite choreographed this, but let's see. All right, so the next one is a series of awards that we get from Nature Structural and Molecular Biology every year. There's 3 awards for posters in molecular biology and biochemistry, genetics and development, and biophysics and structural biology. So poster 262, so-called LENA, successive tailing and trimming of risk-loaded miRNA by the 3' UTR binding protein HUR. So so-called, are you here?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oops.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And Chin Lee, poster 553, mammalian neuronal development and maturation require the splicing regulator PTBP2. That title sounds very familiar to me. And if your lab member is not here to pick up the award, someone from their lab, if you could come up and pick it up, that would be great, as is happening right this moment.
Congratulations.
No, it's not mine.
Face the camera while you're...
Just pretend you're... And then finally, poster 520 for the NSMB Awards, Arlie Rinaldi, University of Michigan, differential conformational selection and induced fit of structurally similar single transcriptional and translational riboswitches. Arlie, are you here? Is someone from that lab here? Here we go.
Okay, I'm going to be checking back with you to make sure that she got that $200.
Okay, so the next poster award is sponsored by Nature Reviews Molecular and Cell Biology for innovation in interdisciplinary research. Poster 520, Christian Roy, University of Massachusetts Med School. Seq-Zip, a versatile methodology for analyzing long RNAs.
And now turn that direction so that she can actually get your picture.
Good.
Now, these are different. They don't have the cash.
Okay. Okay, so these are the awards without the cash, and you might notice why. I'm not going to say. So these are sponsored by the National Institute of General and Medical Sciences. I think we have Michael Bender to thank for these. And they're 2 prizes for research that will increase the understanding of life processes and lay the foundation for advances in disease diagnosis, treatment, and prevention. And these awardees receive travel awards to go to the NIGMS 50th anniversary symposium this fall. And so there are 2 awardees. The first one is poster 244, Prashanthi Natarajan at UCSF. Argonaut interacting GW protein directs transposon silencing in pathogenic fungus Cryptococcus neoformans.
Anybody here?
Anybody here? We'll save that.
We'll work on that later.
Okay. And finally then, poster 544 from Catherine Dominguez at Ohio State University, modifiers of SMN splicing in spinal muscular atrophy. Catherine, are you here? Anyone coming down? No?
Okay.
Okay. And then what have we got next?
Scaringe Awards.
The Scaringe Awards, sorry. So now we have some important awards for the RNA Society that are funded by the Scaringe Foundation, and they and are sponsored by the RNA Society, and they're open to junior scientists, graduate students, and postdocs all over the world who have made significant research contribution to the broad area of RNA, and as judged by a lead authorship on a published paper within the last year. And so the first of these, I think, are the postdoc awards, is that right? The graduate student awards. And the first then is Chen Guanggong from Lynn McQuat's lab, and he published Stauffen-mediated mRNA decay, a new role for ALU elements and LNC RNAs that contain them. Congratulations.
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 Thank you.
Hold that up for the...
And then we have Tatiana Pulisic from Rob Singer's lab, regulation of mRNA turnover during mitotic division.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Okay, now we have the Scaringe postdoc awards. And that's, the first is Kotaro Nakanishi from Dinsha Patel's lab, the crystal structure of a eukaryotic ago in complex with a guide RNA.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Turn that around.
Good.
Very good.
And finally, we have Dipali Sashital from Jennifer Doudna's lab, biochemical and structural investigations of crRNA and piRNA biogenesis.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Look that way. And what's left? Okay. So now we get to the harder part. So the next award is one of the 2 awards that the RNA Society gives each year. The first one is for service to the RNA Society. And this year the winner is Brenda Paculis. And so Brenda is someone you may not know, but with whose work you're very familiar. So Brenda, for many years, has been the conduit through which the Society has communicated with our members. And she volunteered very early on to take charge of all the society news and announcements to the members, first through publication in the journal, but when that was not working as efficiently as it needed to be, she really founded the newsletter and became its founding editor and has really edited it ever since, taking all of the contributions that we need to put forth and editing them, laying them out, posting them. And it's really been, I think, a labor of love to the society for her, to us. And so we wanted to acknowledge that this year, but at the same time not imply that we don't want you to keep doing this. This has been extremely helpful to us. And, but we would like to thank you very much for this long time dedication to the society. So Brenda. Congratulations. Okay, so now we have the final award of the evening, and this is really my hardest job of the week. So the winner of the award for outstanding career research achievement in RNA research from the Society this year is Aki Uhlenbeck. And so Aki is someone that, if I can, let's see what's the next one. Yeah, so he's someone who we heard something of his academic history and honors on the first night of this meeting. And so I just want to say something about his science and why he so richly deserves this award. And so his research extends from this paper in 1970, where he describes how to measure the affinity of a codon-anticodon interaction through equilibrium dialysis, to this paper published just this year describing, examining the recognition of tRNA by EFTU and the residues that are important for that work that we heard some of on Tuesday. But in between these two papers is a scientific bibliography that is really remarkable in its range and rigor, centered all on the physical properties of RNA and its interactions. And so I actually remember, I think it's the third paper in the sequence here, when I was a student myself, I was using DNA oligonucleotides, and this is my first memory of one of Aki's papers. I was using DNA oligonucleotides to cleave RNAs with RNase H. And I found something that puzzled me, that if I added unpaired nucleotides to the ends of an oligo that weren't complementary to the target but were just flopping in the breeze, that increased the efficiency of my cleavage. And I didn't understand this at the time, but I found that if you refer to a paper by Martin, Uhlenbeck, and Doty, I think in 1971, his third paper, you'll find out why that's true. So from these initial papers on base pairing energetics, Aki has gone on to really pioneer and make major contributions to a huge number of areas of RNA biochemistry and biology. And so we have a lot of what we know about base pairing energetics was really started by Aki, how we estimate RNA secondary structures, what we know about tRNA structure, function, and folding. These are all things that Aki has made long-time contributions to our understanding of. The enzymology and application of T4 RNA ligase. How many of you have used T4 RNA ligase? The RNA protein recognition by R17 and MS2 coat proteins, translational repression by the R17 protein. We haven't even gotten to the hammerhead yet. So hammerhead ribozyme structure mechanism and its mechanisms of catalysis, application of T7 RNA polymerase to making new experimental RNAs, the stabilization of RNA hairpins by tetraloops, the use of thiophosphates in mapping RNA protein contacts and RNA functional analysis, RNA stabilization and cleavage by metal ions has been a long-time interest of Aki's, photocross-linking using modified nucleotides, the enzymology of DAD helicases, tRNA recognition by EFTU and EF1 alpha. So that's just what we heard about on Tuesday. I think that this can give you an idea that if some of this hasn't influenced your work, I'm sort of doubtful that you're working on RNA. And really, however deeply influential these scientific contributions have been, they don't really describe Aki's graceful and generous presence in our field. That his both formal and informal mentorship of so many of our favorite colleagues, and really his mission to make us all think more clearly about the physical properties of macromolecules and of RNA in particular, have been, I think, just as influential, if not more so, than his publications. And so one of his postdocs described Aki to me as the Platonic ideal of a scientist. Now, even after Thursday night, I'm not sure I understand what Platonic ideal of a scientist means, but I would take it to mean that we would like to thank Aki for being the scientist that we all really aspire to be. And for that, we'd like to thank you on behalf of the RNA Society. Aki.
No check.
No check.
You don't get a check. Okay, good.